a lot of years.
This is my cousin Justin. You met Elliot before. Very man. Good to see you again.
Thanks, you know.
Pleasure.
I appreciate it.
So what's happening, homie?
Nothing, here.
In the history of fighting, not talking boxing, fighting period, there's been, great Muhammad Ali's fucking awesome, and you go back to Jack Johnson and fucking all the other guys who have been greats. There's never been a more intimidating, imposing fucking figure, and never been more of a dynamic, feared fighter in the history of the fucking fight game than you. Nobody. And anybody who grew up in what I call the Mike Tyson era, which I'm one of them, there's fucking millions more. Dude, there was nothing on this fucking earth like sitting at your fucking house watching TV, or being, look, I get goosebumps even talking about it, or being in a fucking arena when Mike Tyson came on.
You know what, that was my mentor. My mentor was a genius kind of a guy. He was an art guy, but he was a genius, but he just knew human nature. He knew what people needed. And he said not only the greatest fighter, the greatest fighter normally, he says, it'll never be the richest fighter, because he's not going to be the most exciting fighter, And he said, you have to be the most exciting fighter. When people see you, they want to say, when do I see that guy again? And
But your place in history is, no, it's fucking true, man. And I'm still, today, I'm in this world again where you go out and you meet all these fucking people, and there's all these people that want to come to the fights, and actors and movie stars and other fighters to this fucking day. Still, Mike Tyson's fucking coming in, and when you're around, it's a big fucking deal. I got so much respect for you and what you've done. So I'm sitting here chilling with Mike Tyson right now. We're sitting here talking about fighting and his career and everything else. So I wanted to ask you what you think of the Tony Randy Couture fight. And Tony's actually in shape right now.
well, that's like you said, that's a surprising thing, because I watched him fight. He's always been a talented fighter. Some fighters are just totally talented. Like, he's always been very elusive, hard to hit when the fists were involved.
Right.
But now he got so many different dynamics. You gotta watch out for the legs, the knees, the elbow.
Right.
The guys just wrestling and taking them down, the takedown, and that's gonna be interesting. I wonder who's trained him. I say you can do this when fighting. It's very simple, because you only gotta watch out for the punches, so you can be elusive. He's never been basically in shape. He's always been basically a little bit overweight, and stuff. Now that you're telling me he's in shape, that's gonna be very interesting to watch. I'm very interested in watching this fight.
And he's always been one of those guys that's hard to knock out, because he rolls with the punches really well.
He's awesome, right? But just to see what he's gonna do with these small gloves, and when this guy grabs him and gets him into an arm bar, a leg lock or something, and this guy, man. And Randy's just totally the opposite. He's always in shape. He's always in shape.
Exactly.
He's always durable. You may kick his ass, and then he's gonna train. Then he's gonna come back and fight you. He reminds me of like the old time fighters,
Yeah.
If he fought you and you knocked him out, he'll fight you again, but he'll fight you like he knocked you out in the first fight. He's just a very consummate professional. It's going to be very interesting. I want to see this fight.
I do too. I'm interested too.
Tony's a crazy guy. He's a really dark kind of crazy guy.
He is. And he's been talking a lot of shit, man. A lot of shit.
God. So just in case, if he does good, what's going to do now? Fight Brock Lesnar now?
I mean, if he beats Couture, he's definitely in the mix, and he'd fight another heavyweight.
Wow. What do you think? Listen. I think after King Vasquez once Brock fight that, he didn't look too enthusiastic. I watched him right up, they showed his face, and he didn't look enthusiastic.
We just talked about it.
I was saying he never was in shape before in his life. He's always elusive and stuff. But you only got the punches. But now you got to he like this, boom, guy might kick him in the head. You might slip away, guy might kick him in the leg. Oh, he made a leg shot.
You will get kicked in the leg. You will get kicked.
And then you're not fluent in that stuff. You're gonna get hurt. Like, if you can't guard right, you don't put a good guard, you're gonna get hurt, man.
True.
Because, you know, one day my friend was telling me, I said, man, how do you do it? My friend was a Thai boxer. And he said, no, really. Mike kick me. Mike, as hard as you can. Mike kick me. I said, come on, man. Look him start kicking. He go like this. Boom, I kick him like, I said, yes, that's how you block me. I'm trying to kick his blocker. But I didn't want to tell him I was paralyzed from it. No, I was dead. I was, okay. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know how you do it, but I was dying over here. I just stayed there for a minute. I walked, and my leg was just frozen still. But yeah, that's gonna be an interesting dynamic to see what happens when they get kicked in the shin. Was he training with anybody? Do you know?
He's training with some team out in California.
You don't know anything about this team?
No. It's with Mo Lawler or whatever.
King Lawler. Yeah.
Who's King Lawler? What's he?
This guy's a wrestler in Japan.
He's a wrestler.
And he done talked James Toney into doing this.
James Toney talked himself into doing it. He hooked up with him to train him.
He was stalking me.
Yeah. He was flying into every city that I was and calling me names and saying,
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah.
Want to come to his house?
Oh, yeah. I don't think so. I think Lorenzo took it to,
Not that one.
yeah, that is it. He's got one up there too.
Oh, this is a bag, right? This is a real bag right here.
This one, Mike.
This is a real bag right here.
Bold.
Oh man, that's a Manchester.
Credential too.
You were there?
Lorenzo was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he brought that back for me. I got one and he got
You
one.
went to the fight?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he went. He flew to England for that fight.
You got a nut fight fans, huh?
Yep.
Now what's the deal with this bag? Where do you get this bag from? Who made this bag?
Fairtex.
This
Yeah. You know what it's like? It's almost like the old ones Everlast used to make for you. Yeah.
Big one. This is the best ones, right?
But yours was bigger than this, wasn't it?
250 pounds, right?
Yeah. Yours was bigger than this.
Yeah.
Because I used to train down at
Well,
yeah. So that place, they'd clear that fucking place out when you go in. Oh yeah. Yep, exactly.
oh, this
Hal
is
Miller. Remember Hal Miller? Yeah.
Beautiful guy.
Yep. Yeah, you'd pull in, they'd clear that fucking, get the fuck out of here. Time to go.
Because they was closing down, I used to take care of the place. I kept it going.
Exactly. No, I know.
I love that place. All my training, everybody doesn't know why he was nasty ass place, but you got.
That was a great gym. I love that gym.
Like that.
That was a great gym.
I used to train. I used to turn the heat way up. Summertime, I used to turn the heat way up.
Yeah, it was a metal
lose
shack
weight.
that they built down there, built a gym. Had 2 rings side by side. It was a great gym.
I used to go down there and see all the amateurs fight too. Be proud to have this.
Yeah.
Be a fighter.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, when you see these guys' nose,
Yeah.
you gotta be proud to have this. And have
Yeah.
that badge and gashing, so you gotta be proud. No wearing wear shades. That's what
Yeah.
fighters are about.
You don't
to be
got shit.
proud.
You got nothing.
But I used to always want to have it. You know what I mean? And I never
The
wore
jerk
shades.
yourself.
I always just wore proud. I'm a fighter. This
Yeah.
is what it